Well, we have both of the conference finals set. On the East, we got the Boston Celtics will be playing the Indiana Pacers. In the West, we got Minnesota versus the Dallas Mavericks. Man, yesterday I'm gonna start with the Knicks in the I'm gonna start with the Knicks and Indiana Pacers game. Yesterday, that game showed me. Before I get to the West, I'm gonna start with the East. The Knicks showed me that them playing all of those minutes kind of caught up with him. And I've been saying that I always had a big issue with Tom Thibodeau playing his guys, running them into the ground, playing them almost 45 plus minutes every playoff game. Granted, you are playing every other day, but to me, I just think something like that will catch up with you. Playing a lot of minutes, I'm like, it's one thing playing the whole game in college and in high school. Professional basketball, I mean, throughout a series, I could see you playing over that many minutes if it's like a game 7, like yesterday, game 7, or in the middle of the series. But to play 45 plus minutes every other game, like one or every game damn near, like I don't know, I just think that caught up with the Knicks yesterday, and that's one reason why they lost. And injuries really caught up with them. OG Anunoby, he had no business playing. He barely could play. He had an Achilles strain, I think. And then Jalen Brunson broke his hand yesterday, his shooting hand. So he fractured it. So, man, I don't know. I think the Knicks had a good year. I think they did the best they could to win yesterday. We'll see what they do this offseason. I know Randall supposedly he should be able to come back next year. I think he had like a dislocated shoulder. They should be all right, the Knicks. We'll see what they do this offseason. I think they got a lot, or not too much to worry about. But I also feel like, too, next year, Tom Thibodeau got to do something about the playing guys over 40 minutes a game, damn near every game. Like, you're running me into the ground at that point. I need some type of break. I mean, I could perform. If I'm Jalen Brunson and them, I'm like, I could perform, but just give me a couple minutes. You could rest me here or there. Give me some stretches. Like, I think Jalen and them at least need to play 38, 37 minutes. Maybe 39. It depends. But over 46, playing the whole game damn near, like, I don't know. I'd be burnt out. Especially playing NBA teams, like you're playing against teams that are deeper than y'all and that are actually using other players. They have rotations where guys could get rest and come in and perform. So we'll see. I know I'm gonna get to Indiana. Indiana played pretty well. I think their run is probably about to end, but I could see this series with Boston going 6 or 7 games. Kristaps Porzingis is out. I don't know if he's supposed to be out the whole series or he's just supposed to be. I don't remember. I think they say he's gonna miss the first couple games, but when he got hurt back in the first round, they say he was supposed to be back conference final, maybe finals. We'll see, but hopefully he can make it back this series. I think this series, if Kristaps don't play, I think this is going 6 or 7 games. If he plays, this could go 5, maybe 6. I give Indiana a little credit because I think I think they like top 3 in offensive rating or something like that. So that's one reason why they beat the Knicks. They actually, offensively, they're good. So, and then that's Pascal Siakam pickup was actually pretty decent. It helped him out tremendously. He's one of the main reasons why they are here now. And I think Boston should beat Indiana in the conference finals. I think it's going to go 6 or 7, if depending on Kristaps, whenever he can make it back or not. But I'm gonna get to the. Let's go to the West. I'm gonna talk about who should I talk about first? Minnesota or Dallas? I'm gonna start with Dallas. Dallas beat the Thunder. What was it? Saturday night. It was a hell of a series. I think Shea showed why he's that guy. I've been rooting for Shea all year. I'm actually a Shea fan. I'm a fan of Luka, but a lot of people probably ain't gonna like what I'm finna say. I ain't gonna lie. Out of the 7, or not the 7, could have went 7, supposed to win 7, but out of the 6 games, I felt like Shea outperformed Luka a little bit, not too much. I think Shea was better, in my opinion. Luka was good. Luka was Luka. I just think Shea was a little better, but Shea had to be a little bit better because I don't know. I think in Game 6, his teammates kind of showed that they're inexperienced and they're still learning how to be a team. So that showed me a lot on Game 6. But I think the Thunder had a hell of a year. I think they'll be good next year. We'll see. These teams are getting better. Like, I know the Thunder were good last year. They missed the playoffs, not by too much. I know but Chet didn't play last year, and this is his first year playing. So next year is year 2 for him playing wise, but it's supposed to be his year 3. So we'll see how Chet develop next year. He should get better. He actually was pretty good for them this year. I'm gonna go to Dallas. Dallas, Luka and them. I think they're gonna be okay, but I don't know. Minnesota showed me a lot when they beat Denver. Before I get to Minnesota, Luka, he had an okay series against. He had a decent series against the Thunder. I just think he could have been a lot better. I felt like he was turning the ball over too much. Even in Game 6, I know he got Lou Dort guarding him. Probably one of the best perimeter, maybe top 5 perimeter defender in the game. Lou Dort, he a scrappy dude. Like, that's what his game is, scrappiness and playing hard, playing defense. And Luka's going to have to deal with that again the next round. I don't think it's going to be too easy for him. So we'll see. Kyrie, hopefully Kyrie play a lot better. Kyrie had a lot of single-digit games this past series against the Thunder. I don't know if he can get away with that against Minnesota. Minnesota is very, very good. I mean, defensively. Why? Defensively, they are the best defensive team in the game right now. They are number 1 rating-wise. Part of the reason why they won against Denver. But I think Dallas will be okay. But yeah, I just think Gafford and what's the other? Lively, they have been performing pretty good. And PJ Washington, he has been playing great. I think he's been playing pretty good for them to make it this far with Dallas. He's been playing pretty good. That was a pretty good pickup by them mid-season. Granted, because I didn't see this coming from PJ, because he was on the Charlotte Hornets, bad team. So we'll see. I think he'll be all right against Minnesota. Now I'm finna get to Minnesota. I have Minnesota show me a lot this past Game 7 of yesterday. Minnesota showed me that they are determined, and I have to give Anthony Edwards a lot of credit. I just feel like his energy and his aura has boosted this team up a lot tremendously. I think I have them going to the finals. I'm gonna make my picks now. Because I just picked Boston and Indiana. Might as well make my pick for Minnesota. I have Minnesota beating Dallas, and I think this series might go 7, maybe 6 or 7, one of the two. It could go 5, but it's Luka, so I'm expecting Luka to perform and show up, so his team can make it far. But this series going 6 or 7, and I have Minnesota. I just think Minnesota just good all around team wise, like the role players, the big man. Now, where and Anthony Edwards, I think Anthony Edwards is getting better and better as time go on, as they go further. Granted, he has some bad games here or there, but what I love about Anthony Edwards is he don't let his bad offensive play like ruffle him up. Like, he actually plays defense, play make, trusts his teammates, do other stuff. Like yesterday, he didn't have it going, I'm gonna guard Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray was balling, and in the second half, Jamal was kind of strapped a little bit. He really couldn't do much. Anthony Edwards was locked in on him. He said, I'm not shooting the ball well offensively, so I am going to guard Jamal Murray, and I'm going to pick him up. And look where it happens. The Minnesota going to the Western Conference Finals. Like, it is what it is. Rudy Gobert. I've been very hard on Rudy and Cat. Cat performed decent yesterday. I think Cat will be okay going forward as long as he just keep playing how he's been playing. Rudy worries me a little bit because I don't know if he's going to be a factor. He might be decent this round. I don't think he has much to worry about in the Western Conference Finals. We'll see if they play Boston and how that'll go, but Rudy showed up last night. But that first half was like, I seen Charles Barkley, he was like, I don't know, man. Rudy probably just can't play the rest of this game, especially if they're going to win. And he proved Charles wrong. He proved me wrong. I give Rudy credit. I wanted him to perform. I wanted him to show up. I mean, it's just not going to look good if he's not showing up. And, you know, he got 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. Granted, it is a regular season award, but it's like, dude, you have to show up in the postseason. Like, come on now, like, you gotta show up. And Rudy, he really don't have no offensive game, but he did pretty decent. He held his own against Joker. Now, I want to get to Denver a little bit before I get to the finals matchup. I already got my picks for the final. Before I get to the Denver, I might well say my picks. I got Minnesota and Boston. So, but Denver showed me a lot like they were struggling throughout the year. I don't know, maybe because they went up against the Lakers, but the first round when they played the Lakers showed why they are what they are. But some of those games were close. So the Lakers, I don't know. I just think the Lakers wasn't a big test for Minnesota. Minnesota beat them so many times. It's like, y'all easy to us. But when Denver. But when Denver ran into Minnesota, that's when they realized, oh, man, like, we got to play better. We got to amp it up. Like, we're not doing enough. And I seen what Mike Malone said. I kind of disagree with him. He said last year I was able to rest my guys because we had the number 1 seed, but down the stretch this year, you know, it was a 3-team race. It was Minnesota, OKC, and Denver. They were all fighting for that number 1 seed. I don't know. I think it's an excuse that he trying to make for Denver not performing. I think Denver did what they could. Maybe they was drained. Maybe they was tired from last year, but it's just part of the territory, man. It's not easy to repeat. I mean, if you're really, really good and you know what to do, you could repeat. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Denver was going back to the finals this year. They look like they were, I don't want to say they look unbeatable. I just think Joker is just that good. He's the best player in the game. But last night, he struggled. Offensively, he struggled. But what makes it look even worse is your 2 guys showed up, Jamal and Joker, and the rest of the team barely didn't do nothing. Aaron Gordon, KCP, all of those guys, they just didn't perform. Christian Braun and all of them, like, they just didn't do enough. So we'll see where it goes for Denver next year. I think they really don't have to fix nothing. Maybe they could add a couple more pieces to their bench or whatever, but I think Reggie Jackson hurt too, because I don't think he played last night. But we'll see what happens with Denver. So, but yeah, like I said earlier, before I end this video, I got Minnesota and Boston going to the finals. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna probably keep making more of these videos. This playoffs has been very good, very entertaining, in my opinion. We'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna make my next video. Hopefully I'll be making one soon. I might make one after the first game ones of the conference finals. So if you wanna watch, keep watching. Please comment, like, comment, subscribe. Please subscribe. And yeah, I'll be back with y'all soon.